Selling up, didn't get the intro out. Didn't get the intro out in time. I pressed the wrong buttons, but you know what? I think I'm gonna play it anyway. You wanna know why I'm gonna play it anyway? Because it's our show and I can do whatever I want. I love the intro. So you know what? If you thought you missed it, you didn't. I just want to keep you on your toes because here you go. Ah, yeah. See? Now everything is right in the world. Got the intro out. I'm watching TV. Got the color cast up. We got Josh here. Got a Flacco jersey behind him. Everything's right in the world. You know what I mean? Josh, I lied, though. Everything can't be right in the world. You want to know why? Because I don't know how you're doing yet. And until I know how Josh is doing on this Monday, April 11th, 7:06 p.m., precise, the sun's going down a little bit, all that. I need to know how you're doing. How we doing?
I'm doing good. There was almost two jerseys up today.
Oh.
I went to the local stores, was not able to find another frame like those ones, but did find things to fix it. But then as I hung it up, it kind of fell apart again. So it's still a process right now, but we're working on it. Other than that, it's been good. Lost a lot of money on baseball. I already don't enjoy it. So outside of that, it's been good though. How are you doing, kind of?
Oh, Josh, listen, I'm all right. All right, we're chilling. The parents are away. So I'm just chilling at the crib, Got a nice see here. It's the time of the year I love, Josh. You said you lost a lot of money on baseball, so you're out already. This is the time. This is the time of the year where everybody's in, It's just the beginning of a new year. Everybody thinks that their team can do it, unless you're a fan of the Orioles or somebody of that nature, where you're just not going to do anything.
See, I know they suck. I've been paying attention. I know that they stink.
You know what? See, Josh, look at that. But yeah, I got the Yankee Blue Jay game on right now. Big series, nice 4-game series for us. Blue Jays, my pick to win the AL East, even though I am a Yankee fan, but I'm a realistic person. So I'm excited to see how we match up against them. They got a stacked lineup, but it's baseball season, man. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here on the show. We had a nice weekend. Like I said, the Yankees took 2 out of 3 from Boston. We had a UFC fight. We had the last few basketball games. And we're going to get into all of it. We're going to get into absolutely every little ounce that we can. Because that's what we do here on the show. We're not just, pretty faces, by the way. And, for the people watching on Colorcast, I'm sorry you got to miss it. But, you can listen. This is the era of the 2 devices, okay? This is the era of multiple devices. You can go on the Colorcast. And then you can also go get your iPad, maybe a little MacBook. Maybe you got 2 phones like Kevin Gates. And you go pull us up on YouTube as well and look at us.
Kevin Gates, a name I have not heard in so long.
2 phones is a bop and a half, though.
Banger.
I mean, just absolute banger. So shout out Kevin Gates for at least that one. But like I said, let's get into it. And we started off with a little UFC 273 recap. I watched every moment of it. Every moment I watched of this. And with that being said, Josh, there's only 3 fights we all care about. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. And I'll let you start off with it. I obviously have my thoughts, but you're more of the expert than I. I know my place. I know my role, as The Rock would say. So I'll have you start off. We'll go with Hamzat first, of course, and we'll move up through the title fights.
Yeah, not saying that all the other fights prior were bad. It's just we talk about so much on the show, we can't get to all of them, so we got to pick the heavy hitters. But I did watch the full main card, watch Mark Madsen fight and Tisha Torres' fight. Those were good fights. But like you said, there's really only 3 to talk about here. And the first one, I think everyone can agree was the best fight.
Not even close. It was the best fight.
The best fight. Khamzat Chimaev was 11th ranked coming into this fight, undefeated, all the hype behind him, taking on number 2, Gilbert Burns. And I said last week, maybe sprinkle a little bit of money on Gilbert. I just had a feeling, obviously Khamzat's proved in this fight that he's a contender, which is crazy to say because you don't often get guys who have just kind of creeped into the rankings getting main card fights against guys that are contenders. Like you don't see that too often. But it was a really good fight, man. I mean, Chimaev his straight, like he would switch stances, but his straight left and his straight right was just so
Ooh.
powerful. And Gilbert was eating him. He got knocked down with one of them early, but he was eating him for the most part. And then Gilbert almost knocked out Chimaev a few times too. He rocked him that one time when he had his back against the cage. I don't know how Khamzat was still standing after that. That was a knockout punch for sure. But Khamzat got the decision. It was split decision, I believe, right? It wasn't unanimous.
I think it was unanimous.
It was unanimous.
Let me look it up, but I feel like it was unanimous. Hold on. We had a decision. So you're just not gonna tell me the decision? Crazy. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah. Well, either way, split or unanimous, I think they got it right. I thought it was a very close fight, though. I thought, the first couple rounds were obviously Chimaev, and then Gilbert got a couple. The first, it's only 3 rounds. Why am I talking like it's 5? He got the first round, and then Gilbert got the second round. But
it was
that third round, yeah, that's what I thought, because I really thought it was 1-1 going into that second round. But, Gilbert, I honestly thought Gilbert won it. I think they got it right, but I thought at the very end, because I feel like those last 10 seconds, if you're throwing and connect, last like 25 seconds, if you're throwing those just like take a shot hammers, which Gilbert Burns was, and you're landing some of them, I feel like that should really count towards that round. I thought it was pretty close throughout the whole round. I thought Gilbert finished strong, and I thought Gilbert won it. But they gave it to Khamzat, which I have no problem with. It was probably the right decision. He's the star right now. We've already seen Gilbert get a title shot, so why not give Khamzat? I think he's fighting Kobe, win or lose that fight. Like, I don't think there's any way they look at that fight if Gilbert got the decision. They're like, yeah, we'll do Gilbert versus Kobe for a title shot. Both of them already lost to Usman. You kind of need Khamzat to come in. And Dana White broke it on the Pat McAfee show that if Khamzat won this past Saturday, he'd be taking on Kobe next.
Yeah, they got a little ABC event coming up. Is that what I saw?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the details on that, but that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unbelievable fight. Like you said, there were like when Khamzat dropped Burns and got on top of the hand first, I was like, oh, okay, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kept going, and it kept going, and then I was like, oh, okay, Burns. I was like surviving out here. And then, like I said, like you said, I should say, man, there were some times I thought Burns had him in the bag a few times. I mean, I was looking at it because of course I wanted Khamzat to win. He's cool. I talked about him a couple of times. I think my first real like introduction to him, and I don't know, maybe this sounds stupid because I'm kind of dumb, and it might have even been his first fight. The post fight conference or whatever, post fight interview, I should say, when he was like, "I'll kill everybody." Like that's what I.
When Fight Island first started, like when COVID picked up, Khamzat fought like two
fights in 10 days.
Like he wound up fighting 6 or 7 times on Fight Island. That really put his name on the map. But yeah, that's kind of when we were both like, all right, this guy he's something.
And like, here's the thing: you got to be, and I've said this many a times, you have to be psychotic to want to be a UFC fighter or a boxer for that matter, or any type of fighter. But Khamzat literally might be. Literally, because even the post fight interview in this one, he was like, yeah, I got hurt. I love it. Yeah. I was like, oh, brother. Yeah, I was like, crazy. What is going through this guy's head right now?
Even when he was getting rocked too, he was smiling. Like when Gilbert would hit him crazy.
No, there were the certain times he was getting just domed in the face and just sitting there like it's another day of the week. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you? But yeah, him versus Kobe is going to be very interesting. Obviously, we see what Kobe can do. He can beat basically everybody besides Usman, which is no slight to him. It just so happens that he's the number 1 pound per pound fighter right now. Or at least that's what a lot of people have him ranked as.
Might be changing after.
Listen, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because that was my first really experience with him. So, I mean, Jesus. But yeah, I think him and Kobe's going to be very interesting. And quite honestly hope that he destroys him, not only because he annoys me to absolutely no end. Colby, of course, I'm talking about, but because I want to see Khamzat fight for a title.
Yeah,
Him and Usman. I mean,
it's gonna be crazy. I want that fight to happen so bad because I mean, everyone's been saying this since Khamzat's kind of come on the map that he's the only one that can really challenge him right now because he's different. So we really got to see that.
I mean, because you kind of figured it out in this fight that he has a chin now. Now we know he's got a chin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we now know that, especially after that Masvidal knockout, that Usman can do that to you. We obviously know he can do it with the wrestling. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I think that would be an incredible fight.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. That would be very. I think it'd be very similar to this fight because I think Usman's I don't think Usman actually no. Kobe did get a takedown, but he's only been taken down one time in his entire UFC career, and that was against Kobe. So that fight would be stand up too.
Did he get the takedown?
I think they counted as a takedown.
Yeah, because what was that the fight where DC was like, "That's a takedown"?
Yeah.
And
That's the one
they
where
were like,
DC
"No,
was
it's not."
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah. I mean, that's crazy that he's never been taken down. So I think if Khamzat's in that title fight against him, it's just going to be throwing fists because I don't think Khamzat even wants to challenge him on a takedown to risk, missing takedowns and potentially losing points. But the co-main, which it's didn't go exactly how most of us wanted it.
Listen, I have a very amateur fan, but hot take on this fight.
What is it?
I think, and listen, like I said, everybody's gonna call me dumb, and I understand that this is a very stupid thing to say. Probably, I think back control is the most overrated thing I've ever seen in my life. It's the most dominant position. I understand, but is it though? Well, because what was really going on? They were on the ground, and he was blocking, rear naked chokes for 10 minutes because it lasted for 2 rounds. I'm sorry, I just didn't think it was that crazy. And for him for Sterling to win that fight, somebody had to give him a 10-8.
Yeah.
Because I had it Jan 1-4-5.
Really? See, I think they got it right. And this is, but I agree with you to an extent on the back control. I think just control has too much of an impact on judging in general. Like when they have them pressed up against the cage and they're toe stomping or not even doing anything, just fighting for arm control. They give it to the guy off the cage, but he didn't do shit. The other guy probably actually did more. And like you're saying, like with the rear naked choke, like control, does Jan not get points for defending and breaking every
that's exactly
choke?
what I was going to say. Why we give all the points to Sterling because he's got back control, but none to Jan for defending everything?
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't defend, it's a rear naked choke. The fight's over. So why doesn't he get anything for defending?
Yeah, I hate that too. But I think obviously second and third round, Sterling got due to the ground control. He was able to get back control. I thought Jan pushed the tempo the next 2 rounds of 1, 4, and 5, but that's the danger with coming out round 1, just feeling each other out, because it can end up 2-2 with the last 4 rounds, and then just because Aljamain threw more, I gave him round 1 because no one threw anything significant.
I gave Jan round 1 because he was the aggressor.
He was the aggressor, but he wasn't throwing. So it's kind of similar to control. He's controlling the situation. He's dictating where everything goes, but Aljamain was throwing leg kicks. For me, if you're not gonna, no takedown attempts, no real significant strikes in a whole round, it's just whoever threw more and you landed. Aljamain threw the leg kicks.
Wasn't Sterling 3 for 22 on takedowns?
And no, I don't think he tried that many, did he?
I could have swore that, or maybe that was both fights combined.
It has to be. 22 is a lot of takedown attempts against a guy like Jan. I wouldn't be surprised if it was close to double digits, though.
It was it just if you defend that many takedowns too, you deserve something.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No, look, 2 for 22.
2 for 22 this fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I thought Piotr fought the better fight, but just the way they judge it and how I've seen disappointing endings to fights go like that. I could have seen the first round going Jan because, like you said, he was the aggressor. He was dictating how that round went. But Aljamain was throwing the leg kicks, and it just, I don't know. I just gave it to Aljamain. I think they got the score right. I feel like that's sick. But Jan does it to himself, man. Like, that's his biggest downfall. You go back to the first fight, obviously the knee to the head. You can't do that stuff.
No.
You go to this fight, in that second round, that was just good scrambling by Aljamain. You know, he went for the takedown attempt. Jan escaped. Aljamain took his back and controlled like the last 3 minutes. Then Jan goes to his corner, and his coaches are like, "Hey, don't give him your fucking back. Like, don't." And what does he do? Like, almost very beginning of next round, scrambles and gives his back. Like, sometimes you just got to take the full guard and find your way out, because you give up your back, you're fucked. Like, that's the round for them if they're a good enough wrestler. So, I mean, Jan is such a good fighter, but he does it to himself sometimes. Made him try to scrap late, and he did. Like I said, it was 2-2 for the last 4 rounds, but that first round, man, judges are going to give that to Sterling 10 times out of 10 for throwing as much as he did.
Yeah, I mean,
but
definitely.
Props to Aljamain too, though. He proved himself. Like, he's a champ. He's the champ.
I still think he's the worst champion we have currently.
Could be, very much could be.
Like,
actually, no, I don't think there's a question. He's the worst champ.
I was about to say, like,
because
what are you gonna? I mean, maybe Teixeira.
I was thinking that, but nah, you can't fight him last. Are you kidding me? Go over to Teixeira.
I was gonna say I can't.
You can't do that to the old
bro.
Man.
Speaking of Teixeira, because I know that he's old as dust. Did you? I think it was the prelims. Did you watch the prelims?
I did not.
I don't know the dude's name. Maybe you will when I describe him. He's literally like 45 years old. So his nickname's the Anaconda.
No clue. What was he? Big, smaller?
No, he's a heavyweight. Yeah, he's like he has like 59 wins. I think. Oh my god, I'm gonna.
No.
He fought some other heavyweight, and like they got to the ground, and the guy looked pretty good, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Old Man just neck crank.
I can't. I'm gonna look that up right now.
It was, but to be that old and like still relevant, and like not 59 career fights, not like 59 wins.
I need to know who this is, because heavyweight, long term. I'm thinking of long term guys. It wasn't Junior Dos Santos. He'd never be an undercard.
I'm gonna look up the prelims right now. It was, come on.
Anaconda.
Oh, there we go. Alexei Oleinik.
Alexei Oleinik. Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Bro, this man's like 95.
He's a beast, though. Alexei Oleinik. Yeah, he's a beast.
I mean,
he fights all the time too. Like he's almost on like every 4 straight fight cards. He's on 2. He's on 2 of them at least.
like shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Like Vandera, or no, Vandera. That's Vandera. The person he was fighting didn't even look bad. Like, look, you look at the strikes: 23 to 8. Significant strikes was 15 to 8. But and then that was the thing. Oleinik was on the ground, and Vandera started like messing with him on the ground, bro. This dude has like the most submissions in UFC history. The minute he goes on the ground, I'm leaving. I'm backing right up to the other side of the cage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't want to mess with the old timers, man.
Nah, and then it was actually pretty cool too. After the fight, Vandera like went to go find him or something, and he like taught him like what he did on the.
I love that
with the hole. It was pretty cool. But all right, let's go to the main event of the evening, as Bruce Buffer would say. Volkanovski. I was about to say Volkanovski. Buffer. I mean,
the best.
I could run right through a wall. A brick
every
wall.
time, dude. Every time I get chills. I know it's coming. And
literally. It never gets old.
No.
It really doesn't. But, I mean, let's just take a look at this, Joshua. I'm going to share the screen. That's how impressed I am. Because I think we just have to take a look at these numbers, right? Because I think the numbers really do it justice. Like, look at this, bro.
100 Jesus.
152 total strikes to 51.
Look at the accuracy too.
Look at the significant strikes. 138 to 48.
Insane. 102 shots to the head, man.
And a knockdown. I feel like he had more knockdowns than one.
Oh, knockdown punches for sure. At least like 4 or 5.
I mean, it was just like I said, Josh.
And
this was kind of my
takedown.
first. What'd you say?
And 50% takedown. Yeah, like he's doing it all.
Like this was my first real experience with Volkanovski. I haven't really seen anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, bro, I don't know if the division just sucks. I don't know if I don't know, but I mean, it was embarrassing. What this man did to them.
Yeah, I haven't really like been a big Volkanovski fan forever because big Max Holloway guy, big Max Holloway guy, and he beat Max Holloway twice, and I thought he lost one of those, but that's a different conversation. But he's so good. His last fight against Ortega before this one, absolute masterclass too. I mean, I think he just learned how to live without breathing because
Ortega gave 2 submissions like it was.
Yeah. But this fight was just shows how good he was. I mean, he was just way too fast for anything.
Way too fast.
Anytime he was getting ready to load something up, straight jab to the face, and a nasty, accurate jab right on the eye, like beautiful. And I'm glad Herb Dean stopped it when he did. He was knocked out minutes ago. So it was just kind of, he was taking a beating, but he's the Korean zombie. He's not going to fall down and get knocked out. He's not. Like I said last week when we were talking about it, Volkanovski's just on another level. Korean zombie's a great fighter. He had a couple nice shots in this fight too. He landed some nice uppercuts in the clinch. But I mean, Volkanovski's timing is just on another level. And we said it earlier. You said Usman's pound for pound. I think Volkanovski might have an argument for the moment as pound for pound untouchable. I mean, he's amazing.
I don't disagree. I mean, how do you watch this fight and then say no?
Yeah.
Like maybe if you don't want to fully commit, but to say that, he absolutely isn't the pound for pound.
You just can't say unanimous for Usman anymore. I think that's what it is. You can't be like he's the unanimous pound for pound. Like,
I mean, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Him and who's the female fighter? Not Nunes, not Rose, not the other one that Nunes got beat by.
Jessica Andrade?
No, she's a champion.
Oh, champion? Oh, Valentina Shevchenko.
Different.
Yeah, she's crazy good.
Because she was bodying people too.
Yeah. No, she's crazy.
I don't know what because they both rushed, right?
I don't know about Well, actually, no. Volkanovski.
Oh, no, Volkanovski's like Australian, right? Or some weird.
Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah.
Was that last name and then Australian really throws me off. Like, I mean, just completely.
But then you hear him talk, and you're like, oh yeah, he's Australian. Yeah, I don't know Shevchenko.
There's some badass people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, imagine just being Volkanovski's wife, though. Imagine.
Yeah.
I've never felt more secure.
No, hell no.
I wish somebody would pull up on me in the streets, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm ready.
That'd be the best, bro. Just being able to say whatever you want. It's like, yeah, I got the pound for pound best fighter in the world right here. So I'll say what the fuck I want.
Oh, call somebody a little bitch. He stands up.
Yeah.
Then Volkanovski walks over because he's like, let's be real, not even the biggest dude. Because what is he the?
He's like he's like my height. He's not.
No. But what is it? What flyweight?
I think this might be welter. No, I don't know weight classes, dude. I do not.
No, yeah, I'm not a weight.
It might be.
Can't lie to you.
Might be welterweight. Might be. I don't even know where welterweight falls.
Featherweight. It's featherweight.
Featherweight. So that's the lightest. I'm pretty sure featherweight's the lightest, or flyweight is. I don't
This
know.
dude probably walks up to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do?" Next thing you know, sleeping. That's what he's gonna do.
He can't even finish the sentence. Doesn't even get to finish the sentence.
He's gonna say, "Yeah, that's why your wife's a."
Yeah, sleep. He's
crazy times. All right, we'll move on from the UFC. Actually, real quick before we move on from the UFC, Josh, I don't pay attention to future cards because I'm barely bright enough to understand the cards that are happening in the moment. But when they showed that preview for May, like UFC 274, and I saw Gaethje was on there. I saw my girl Rose was on there.
Rose.
Woo!
Two title fights. I'm excited for the title fights just because it's Thug Rose, but I do think they're not going to be too close of title fights. I don't see Gaethje hanging with that man Oliveira because that's another guy. Talk about pound for pound. The guys he's beaten on this run. I mean, if he can knock out Gaethje too, geez, man. Like, that's crazy.
Love me some Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Well, that fight that he had with Chandler, I literally always had watched the first round and I never knew who won the fight.
Really?
I literally had never knew who won the fight until I finally eventually watched the entire thing and saw that Gaethje won. And it made me very happy. Because I was like, damn, that round was fun. Because, like, you ever have, like, really cool moments in the game, but the team loses that you like, so you're like, well, now I can't even enjoy the goddamn moment.
Right, yeah.
But now I can enjoy that round because I know Gaethje won. I like Gaethje.
That division stacked, too. Connor comes back in that division. Well, Connor might get his own title fight.
I thought Connor wanted Usman.
That's what he wants, but Khamzat has something to say about that. Khamzat Connor? Ooh.
I think Connor would die. I really do.
That'd be crazy.
You know, Dana said that they don't do it because, there's no protecting people. I almost feel like they should just throw this man and Connor a cupcake.
Yeah.
Just give him some trash.
Like how they gave him. I mean, shout out Cowboy Cerrone, but they kind of threw him to Connor.
Yeah,
last time. So
they give him a cupcake and then give him, maybe maybe
like
some
Aldo.
Cornbread. Give him some cornbread after that. Not because cornbread is bad or anything, but because you need something to wash it down with.
Give him Aldo. Aldo's been on a tear lately. I bet he wants revenge on Connor.
You know what? You're not wrong.
I love that fight for a main event on like a fight night. Connor versus Jose Aldo. Connor would spit in the face of Dana, offered him a fight night.
He really would. He's like, I got $1 million.
Yeah, put me on ESPN Plus. I quit. I'm out.
Man, he got $1 billion in the pocket from selling his whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm messing around with no Aldo. But whatever. We'll move on now to the NBA because, well, the season is officially over, which means it's time for the play-in, the playoffs, and all that greatness. And Josh, what are your thoughts on the play-in? Because I got the
games right here.
You got all the games? Oh, perfect. Even better. I know Nets and Cavs, and then what is it? Is it the Hawks?
Clippers, Timberwolves, Cavs, Nets tomorrow. And then Wednesday is Hornets, Hawks, Spurs, Pelicans. But we'll start with tomorrow. Cavs, congrats on such a wonderful season. It's really nice to see success without LeBron there. Got a young star in Mobley. Good season. But you're not beating the Nets. I'm sorry. You're not taking out Brooklyn. I mean, it's just not happening. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with the Nets there. You going Cavs?
Come on, Josh. Come on. I'm always going with my guy, KD. I will say it's a little weird, though, with this Nets team because I get to watch them, obviously, because it's a New York team, and they're actually on Yes, which is the Yankee technical station. But it's weird. Like, neither one of them have, like, a fire game at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's like Kyrie dropped 50 and KD had like 25, which by the way, I say not a fire game 25. Like you score 25 a night, you're a
Right.
Hall of Famer probably. But like there's never like that 30 and 30. It's always like
No.
KD scored 45 and Kyrie got like 20.
And I like that, but it like if I'm another team, I'm probably really scared because it was mostly like, oh, Kyrie's going off, I can take tonight off. Like I don't gotta hurt my percentages or nothing. Oh, KD's going off, I can take the night off. In the playoffs, they'd be like, oh, he dropping 40, I'm gonna get my 40 too. Like they're gonna go crazy in the playoffs. I'm so excited to watch because Kyrie's full. Like they're both fully healthy. Like I'm knock on wood, but they're both fully healthy, and I'm excited to see a postseason of that. And then Ben might come back first round. They said they're saying he's ramping it up. But we'll just stay in the East because we got the Nets as a 7th seed. Hornets versus Hawks. Who do you have?
You know, I almost want to go with the Hornets for the simple fact that in the beginning of the year, Bridges won me so much money on Underdog Fantasy, by the way, where you can go over and double your first deposit up to $100, of course. Get yourself a little extra bread, extra little celery.
I thought it was extra milk now.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Extra
milk. You want to know what? You can go out if you win, maybe get yourself some fat free if you're an animal.
Speaking of milk, went to the store this weekend, and when we went down the aisle, I saw the milk, and I just laughed, dude. I was like, Connie must like be in heaven every time he goes down the milk aisle. Like,
I don't know why I work in produce at the grocery store. I should transfer to center store and just build the dairy department all day. I'd be stealing all the milk, slipping a gallon into the back pocket somehow. But yeah, like I said, Underdog Fantasy, use code Gen Z to double your first deposit up to $100. Got some great stuff going on over there. But he did win me a lot of money on Underdog in the beginning of the year, so I want to go with them. But I'm going to go with the Hawks just because I know that they can do it. You know what I mean? I got that little comfort level with them. I know Trey can play in the playoffs or in big moments. So I'm going to go with the Hawks. Hornets, you're on your way, though. You're getting there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Hawks are going to win, but I want them to lose so badly. Not just because I'd like to see LaMelo in the playoffs already, but like something needs to happen to the Hawks where they realize, like, hey, we got Trey, and then we got a lot of, could be great sometimes, good people. So they got a lot of assets. And there are some unhappy superstars out there. So I want them to be like, hey, we pair a Zion with Trey. We pair a Donovan Mitchell with Trey. Like, something needs to push them over the edge to be like, all right, we got to surround Trey with something a little bit better. I think a play-in loss might do that for them getting knocked out by the Hornets. So I'm hoping that happens. But I also think the Hawks are going to win. So for the 8th seed, Cavs versus Hawks, who do you got?
You got the Cavs?
No, I think the Cavs season's.
Oh, wait. I forgot.
The loser of the Nets-Cavs game plays the next winner for the 8th seed. So the Nets get the 7.
I can never remember. Because, right, it's the 9 and 10. Whoever loses that is out, right? And then the 7-8 loser plays whoever wins that game.
Right, correct.
All right, so it would be Cavs and I have
Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks, right? We both have the Hawks. I think it'll be the Cavs taking a dub. Especially if Jared Allen's playing.
Well, they said he is not playing against the Nets. That came out a little bit ago. So that probably means they plan to play him in the next game. Because I don't think they're too confident they're going to take out Kyrie and KD. So they're probably
that's what I'm saying. Like
playing it safe. Like he's probably good to go.
Game, and then you kind of pray that you can still get a W.
He probably is ready to go versus the Nets, but they're like, you know what? Why even throw him out there if KD's going to drop 50 on her head? So probably saving him for the Hawks game, but I'm going with the Hawks. I think they're the more well-rounded team. I don't think Karis LeVert's been in Cleveland long enough to really find himself in that offense, or hasn't been playing enough to. And I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with the Hawks here because Trey in big time games, I'm going to roll with his team more often than not. So I'll go with the Hawks for the 8th seed.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Go to the West tomorrow night. I think the Cavs Nets game is first tomorrow, followed by Minnesota and the LA Clippers.
Is this the 7-8?
Yeah.
PG's back?
PG is back.
How is Kawhi coming back this year?
I doubt it. He won't be in the playing games, though.
Well, yeah, that I know, but
I did see a video of him at practice the other day, so maybe if they make a run.
Imagine they go to the finals, he returns.
I'd be pissed because I really want us to clearly win that trade. So don't need them winning any rings.
I mean, hey, we might have already won the trade.
With the way Houston blew it up after they got rushed.
I mean, come on.
Feeling good about that one.
I mean, hey. PG, one of the biggest frauds in the NBA, Caleb said. Yo.
Nah, PG's a hooper, like bro. He's a hooper. That one playoff run, but no, it was 2 playoff runs. His last season in OKC and first year with the Clippers, it was just how bad he was in the playoffs. Yeah. That really killed him. People forget quickly how good PG is. Like last year's playoffs, he was a dog. I'm pretty sure they went to the conference finals, right? Didn't they face the Suns in the conference finals?
Did they?
I think they might have made it all the way there.
They did, yeah, that's Matt says.
Yeah, so, I mean, PG can get it done. I really like how – I mean, this year a lot of guys have had to step up for them.
I have no recollection of the playoffs last year.
Really?
Like
it's just KD's foot and Giannis holding.
Yeah, no, literally.
Trey doing this, just 3.
Like I remember Trey bowing, the KD's foot. Was last year when the Suns beat the Lakers in the first round?
Yes, it was last year.
I remember that because the game that AD got hurt, I was at a casino with my brother and his friends.
This is the playoffs that, Terrence Mann exposed Rudy Gobert, dropped 30 on him.
Yeah, not an ounce of recollection do I have.
Luka probably hit a game winner somewhere in those playoffs.
Nah, PG can't get it done.
I don't know. He's not. When you're talking about like a number one, there's very few guys who can be your number one, and you don't need to put a whole lot around them. But I think you put a number one alongside PG.
PG might be the best number 2 in the league.
Yeah, like he's so good.
Low key.
He's so good. Like last year, if Kawhi's on that team, I think they get to the finals instead of Phoenix if Kawhi's healthy.
Because like, what number 2s are really that much better? AD's probably a number 2. Yeah, number 2 on the bench maybe because he can't play. Maybe when you're talking about 2, maybe that means games played for the year.
Kyrie's one of the best number 2s of all time, so he might be up there.
See, is it bad that I don't think of him as a number 2? I think of him as a 1A or 1B, I should say.
I think
I know that technically means number 2.
Yeah,
but it doesn't in my eyes. And
I think talent-wise,
it's my show, so I can say what I want.
Talent-wise, I think Kyrie and PG are obviously number 1.
Middleton hella underrated. I'm not taking Middleton over PG, bro.
Middleton's underrated, but hell no, no way I'm taking him over PG.
Nah,
PG is so good, bro, so good. But in this game, I think they lose. I'm taking Minnesota to snag that 7th seed.
I agree with this. I
don't know. I just have a feeling Ant and Cat are going to have a game. I think Cat Zubac might give Cat problems. So Zubac is a very underrated center in the league. But I think this Timberwolves team just has a new feel. Pat Bev going against the Clippers. Yeah, I'm probably going to lean with Pat Bev in this one. But I think, I would not be shocked if the Clippers blew them out. I think this Clippers team's pretty underrated. Not having PG all year has let these other guys blossom a lot, like Reggie Jackson. So should be a very good game, but I'm definitely going to roll with Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Minnesota. I I think it's not their year because that would make it sound like they're going to win the title. But their year to actually, maybe make a little noise, maybe win the playing game, and then maybe win a couple games in the first round. They're going to lose, but maybe win a couple.
Actually, and I also think I'm not 100% sure, but Norman Powell might also be out for the Clippers. I can't remember if he was just out because it was the end of the year or he was out due to injury. But Clippers could be banged up. Not sure about the T-Wolves, but I still just think T-Wolves are better. And then the 9-10 game, Spurs versus Pelicans.
I mean, I literally haven't watched either team all season.
Actually, surprisingly, watched a lot of Spurs games this year. Their overs hit pretty often.
Like over for the total or over for their team?
Over for total.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think they have, they got DeJounte Murray, elite defender is Greg Popovich. They play a lot of defense. Nope. Scores were hitting hundreds in the third quarter.
In the third quarter.
When Cat dropped 60, bro, it was like 101-115 start of the fourth.
Yeah, that's not what you really want.
It was for me, man. It was a nice
one. Yeah, of course. But, if you're Pop,
your team
have a fucking aneurysm.
He's going crazy.
I'm going to go with as the Yankees are now losing 2-0 because George Springer just hit a home run. I hate my life. Give me the Pals.
Yeah, I think this just comes down to skill. Obviously, the Spurs have DeJounte and Keldon that can get them some buckets, but CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas down low. I just think they're just a more skilled team. And then for the 8 seed, Clippers versus Pelicans.
I still go with the Clippers.
Yeah, I think the Clippers snag that 8 seed. And I kind of want to see that. Pelicans go against the Suns first round. I think it's 4 games. Clippers go against the Suns. I think it's probably 4 to 5 games, but I think they're much tighter, make the Suns work and prove who they are. They already have type of series.
Calvin very upset that we didn't put any respect on the Spurs.
No, I love the Spurs. Love the Spurs. Love their young players. But they're a couple more spots away.
See?
Keldon Johnson, DeJounte Murray, love those guys. Keldon Johnson's a walking bucket. Love watching him play.
DeJounte's so underrated. Hey, he made an all-star.
Very much.
He made the all-star team.
Very much underrated. He's another guy when we were talking about most improved last week. We mentioned Darius and obviously Jaws running away with it. DeJounte Murray would definitely be in that conversation as well.
Pels losing on my mama. Fuck the Pels and Nola, said Christian. Christian, you're just mad because they're all Laker players and they're actually good and the Lakers suck. Suck. Awful.
It's going to be very fun to see what they do this offseason, man.
God, they should just blow up the team.
Vogel's already gone. Who knows what LeBron's got?
Washed King.
Yeah.
Washed
scoring title.
King.
Washed.
I don't care. He's supposed to make the playoffs. Washed. Anthony Davis. Trash.
Ain't nobody making the playoffs with those players.
You know what? Who's in charge of getting those players? LeBron James.
See, I hate that, man. I hate that.
We're gonna sit here and act like it's not true.
But why did we shit on Kobe for going and getting Dwight and Nash? Like, what was he thinking? He don't like the checks. We never say Kobe shouldn't have brought in Dwight or Steve Nash, but when it's LeBron and a player joins his team, it's like, damn, LeBron.
Kobe had control like that.
We don't know. LeBron made one decision in his entire lifetime.
No, we know.
He went to Miami, and ever since then, it's been, man, LeBron traded Andrew Wiggins away for Kate Love. LeBron did that. He didn't do shit.
That makes a point. Kobe at least made the playoffs.
They got eliminated first round, so I guess congrats.
Hey. LeBron, that's a fail. That's an L.
What about all those years? I'm not shitting on Kobe. I'm not doing that. I'm trying here. Defending LeBron gonna shit on Kobe. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, different standards.
Listen, I'm just saying it's been reported they could have had DeMar, but
they definitely
Westbrook called up Bron and was like, "Yo, you should take me instead." And Bron was like, "I mean, sure, say less."
Someone's that confident.
I mean, bad decision making.
Very bad decision making on Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss's part.
And
Also,
LeBron,
actually,
hopefully.
the Winning Time show. You got to watch it, Connie. You got to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it once the first season's over. I don't feel like
Pretty
waiting. I
good.
got too much shit to wait on. I gotta wait
Pretty
on
good.
Moon Knight. I gotta wait on the Halo series.
Halo's nice so far. Kind of
You
slow.
watched it.
I've watched the first. It's 3 episodes now. Yeah, 3 episodes. I've watched the first 3. It's nice. I like it.
Okay.
Slow, but the
Slow,
ending of
yeah.
some of those parts in the last episode. Well, I don't know. When you think of Halo, like I'm trying to see, Master Chief versus the Covenant, trying to see some heads fly. We haven't gotten too much of that lately. Just kind of some backstory, plot building. Cortana, she's finally showing up. But I think we're about to get to it because there's one character showed some powers, and I was like, oh, okay,
You feel me?
yeah, it's nice though. So, and the Walking Dead finale was, well, it was technically yesterday. I watched it Saturday. It was,
You okay, Josh?
yeah,
Oh, brother, look at this guy. Josh is a little occupied. It's okay. We'll move on. We'll move on to make sure that Josh gets everything under control over there.
I actually have to leave.
You leave?
I have to leave. Family emergency. So,
Josh, I hope you're okay.
I will possibly rejoin. Don't know how long I'll be gone, but I will. If not, I'll see you guys next
You know what,
Monday.
Josh? You're all good, brother. All right. Well, it's just me. That's what happens when you do live podding right there. All right. So let's hop into it. Of course. We got the NBA first round predictions then. Listen, let me pull up the NBA playoff bracket real quick. I can make sure I actually know what I'm talking about. Because, very, very, listen, I've said this, okay? I'm not the biggest NBA guy there is. So we're going to have, we got the 4-5, Dallas and Utah. Man, Utah does love to choke in the playoffs, don't they? They really do. But Dallas, I know Luka just got hurt in that last game, which, by the way, did it really mean that much? Why are you playing Luka in the last game? Now he's got a strained calf, and that doesn't just go away very easily. That's a problem. You strain a calf, and all of a sudden you're limping for the next week and a half. And this man's got to run up and down the court? I don't think so. But do I go with an unhappy Donovan Mitchell? Maybe Mitchell just tries to lose so he can finally get out of there. I'm gonna go. I gotta go with the Mavs. I love my boy Luka too much. He's fired. What a guy. Oh wait, is this an interactive? Oh, it's not. I thought that the bracket I had up was interactive. I was about to be lit. Let's see. We have the Warriors and Denver. I mean, come on. I gotta go with Golden State. Although I want to see how Jokic does against the Warriors. Obviously, they don't have a big man because Wiseman doesn't know what health means. So I'm interested to see what they do there, but I feel like it's a Warrior 4-2 type of situation that we got going on there. 7 seed, like I said, I have the Clippers winning. Oh, no, I have Minnesota winning the 7-8 game. So it'll be Memphis versus Minnesota. Listen, I'm not betting against Ja. You're betting against Ja? I don't think so. So you give me Memphis there. Then I believe I had the Clippers making it, but they got to go up against the Suns. Let me tell you something. That's just bad luck. That's just bad luck. You got to play better during the season, of course, and maybe you wouldn't be in the playing game. Different story. But I will go with the Clippers, or not the Clippers, the Suns in that situation. The 2-7 game I have, or the 7-8 game, obviously I already had the Nets win that one. So the 2-7 series will be Boston and Brooklyn. That's going to be an unbelievable series. That has 7 games written all over it. I think the Celtics beat them like 3 times in the regular season. I don't know if Kyrie played in all of them because, he was a part-timer for a little bit. But I can't bet against my guy, KD. I can't do it. Especially if Simmons comes back. Because listen, Simmons come back, you have him play like 12 minutes a half, right? Hopefully. Maybe 10. And for 10 minutes, you just got to be like, yo, listen, I need you to guard Tatum, take him out of the game, get me like 6 assists. That's all you need him to do. Nothing special. Obviously, he doesn't have to take shots. He doesn't have to do much. Oh, look, we got Colin wanting to join in here, eh? What do we got going on over here? Got a little invite sent out to you. And we'll see if he joins over there on the color cast. But so I got the Nets winning that one, 3-6. Milwaukee and Chicago. Gotta go with Milwaukee. I mean, what are we really talking about here? 4-5 is Philly and Toronto once again. Philly, what are we really talking about? Like, who's going to be your best player on Toronto? Siakam? I'm good. And then I believe that I had Atlanta coming out and being the Cavs. I had the Cavs being the 8 seed against Miami. Miami will probably win that series as well. So there you go. Suns move on. Mavs move on. Warriors move on. Memphis moves on over there on the West. East, you got Miami, Philly, Milwaukee. And I got the Nets over the Celtics now. Up in the air. But, look at this. We even got Matt on the show. Just hopping on.
Yo, what's going on, Connie?
I got to get you in the color cast. That's what I got going on. Hold on. Invite you in there. All right. Bam. See? Now we're all set. Did my color cast just die? Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I was scared for a second. But what's going on there, guy?
Nothing much.
Oh, shit, got to turn down the volume on the color. See, when Josh is in here, Josh isn't actually on the color cast, so I have the volume all the way up because it doesn't matter. But with you here, I need to turn it down. Now you can say what's going on.
Just wanted to hop on. Just hear all about your playoff takes. It is a little spicy. I'm not gonna lie. It's pardon me. It's very hot takes that you got going there. I personally, after hearing your picks, I was on Count the Bucket last night with Michael. These were my predictions that I had for my plan. You probably saw the comment section. I had the Clippers and I had the Timberwolves as my 7-8, and then Nets Hawks in the East. And
I had the Cavs. Right? Yeah, I think I had the Cavs over the Hawks, but it's okay.
Yeah, I just personally with the playoffs, the only upset I could see, and the reason why I kind of got the Canada hat, I could see the Raptors beating the Sixers. I think with the biggest impact of this series is going to be Matisse Thybulle because he can't play games 3 and 4.
Matt, I forgot that I got to get my AirPods in too. Now I can't even find them. You keep talking. I'm going to find my AirPods.
All right, no problem. But yeah, I just think if there is a team that you could see pull off an upset, it has to be the Toronto Raptors. Just because of the simple fact that, Philadelphia has been a very on and off kind of team. They start off great, they play well, Embiid's playing like MVP. But then on the flip side, they get embarrassed. There really isn't any in between. Now, do I think Philadelphia is going to win? I think Philadelphia is not going to win. They have to win. Like they have to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals for Doc to save his job, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think Philadelphia is making it to the conference finals. I think they're going to get bounced.
Crazy thing. It's about to be a crazy thing when Doc gets fired and then hired by the Lakers. Going to be a crazy. Oh my god!
Thing. If he gets hired by the Lakers, I could already write in the wall of a second round exit. I could just guarantee a second round exit if Doc goes. I pray to God that Doc Rivers doesn't come to the Lakers. I'd rather have Nick Nurse or Mark Jackson than Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is
my son. Mark Jackson never got another chance.
Like I'd rather have Frank Vogel again than Doc Rivers, to be quite honest with you. Like Doc Rivers is a curse he's not a blessing, he's a curse if he ever joins your team. And you also have to look at like these playoffs are going to be very exciting. I do say, did you have Minnesota beating the Grizzlies in a playoff series?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay, good. I was about to say, did I just hear him say?
No.
But
And if I did say that, I absolutely did not mean to.
Yeah, I was just checking. I'm just like, wait a minute. Memphis just won 56 games. Minnesota's a 7 seed. I mean, I know Anthony Edwards is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Timberwolves.
See, I'm not very excited for the Western Conference playoffs because I think that's so far and above the Suns, like very easily. But the East, I think is going to be very fun.
Yeah, I will. I think you're right on that one, especially because you look at the first and the 4 seeds. Only 2.5 games separated them. Only about 2 to 3 games separated the 1 from the 4. So it's entirely wide open. I will say, I think the one matchup I have 2 matchups I'm looking forward to in the West. I'm looking forward to Nuggets Warriors. One because Steph Curry's going to be back for the playoffs. You got Clay and Draymond healthy. Last time all 3 of those guys were healthy in the playoffs, what happened? They made it to the NBA Finals. Now they're fully healthy. We'll see what happens there. And then I'm looking at the Mavericks and the Jazz because both teams are known for playoff chokers. Mavericks haven't won a playoff series since 2011, and like you mentioned earlier, the Jazz are the Jazz. So somebody's not going to choke. You can't tie in a 7-game series. Somebody's going to win. And what's going to be big is that Luka Doncic injury on how serious it really is. Because if it's a possibility,
that last game of the season, did that mean anything? Did that last game of the season mean anything?
It meant something because I think if Dallas won and the Warriors lost, I think they might have gained a 3rd seed, but instead they're a 4 seed.
Interesting. I was going to say, if that game didn't mean anything and you were playing Luka, you almost deserve it.
Yeah, no, I think it was a long shot, but if they would have won and the Warriors lost, I think they would have gotten a 3rd seed and played Denver, but instead they got the 4th seed because Golden State won their game. So they're at a 4. And I think for the Mavericks, you got to hope that Doncic is ready to play because if Luka has to miss at least a game or 2, the Mavericks are going to be in trouble because you look at it, if you fall now, the one thing that's going for Dallas that's good is you got home field. Your first 2 games are at home.
True.
You just gotta make sure you walk away with at least bare minimum a split. Because if you're down 0-2 going to Utah, it's a wrap. It's game over. Same thing how I look at it on the Eastern Conference with Philadelphia versus Toronto. Philadelphia's got to think we're not going to have Matisse Thybulle for games 3 and 4, which in my honest opinion, in any best of 7 series, games 3 and 4 are the most important series.
So that's an unvaxxed situation we're looking at. Then, no?
Yes. It's because of Canada's status.
No. Yeah, of course. No, that's what I mean. But
yeah, it's because of that situation. But you look at it, and you can even correlate it to baseball as well. Like games 3 and 4 are the most important games in the series because if you're split at 1, it's like you're zeros, and if you win game 3, you're up 2-1. If you're up 2-0, in a series and you win game 3, you're up 3-0. I mean, it's very hard to blow a 0-3 lead. I'm sorry, unless if it's the 2004 Yankees. I'm sorry I have to go there, but that's the only time I really see it happen. And now on the flip side, if you're down 0-2, if you win game 3, all right, we're right back in this series. We're only down 2-1. If we take game 4, bam, we're right back tied at 2 games apiece. We got ourselves a ball game. Philadelphia cannot afford to lose both of their home games against Toronto because I'll tell you right now, if they fall down 0-2 against the Raptors, this series is over. It's going to be over because not having Thybulle games 3 and 4, game changer. You may win 1 out of those 2, but if you're down 3-1, I'm sorry, I don't like those odds.
You're not feeling a LeBron comeback?
No. I don't feel no LeBron comeback. And then one thing I will say, I think in the Eastern Conference, the team to beat is defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. That they are the clear, in my honest opinion, the clear-cut favorites to win the Eastern Conference is the Milwaukee Bucks. Clear cut. I know Mark is going to have something to say about his Boston Celtics, but I'm sorry. if the Bucks got to play the Celtics in round 2, I'm going with Milwaukee. I don't care that Boston has a best of 7 series. I think the Bucks are taking care of business in 6. And then also for the Chicago Bulls against the Milwaukee Bucks, it's going to be a cakewalk. Sweep the 5 games. The Bucks were playing chess when they got obliterated by the Cavs, because if they would have beat the Cavs, they would have had to potentially play Brooklyn in round 1 because it would have been 2 seed. But because they got obliterated by the Cavs, they set themselves up for success at a 3rd seed, get the nice old sweep of the Bulls because the Bulls are injury prone, and DeMar DeRozan loves to choke in the playoffs. Year in and year out, he does it, whether it was in Toronto or in San Antonio. That's why he doesn't have a ring. And that's why he also got traded for Kawhi. And, you look at from there, the only other team I could see that'll compete with Milwaukee is Miami. That's about it. Like, if you want to look at the class favorites in the East, it's the Heat and the Bucks. And in the West, it's going to be Phoenix.
So we're giving no love to the Nets?
No, the Nets. The Nets put themselves in a bad position when they started off slow. I know Kyrie was part-time status early in the season, but when you're at a 7 seed, I don't even think they're beating the Boston Celtics. I do think that series could go 6-7, but I think just because it's in Boston, they have the home field. I think they're going to get it done.
Oh no, I'm not disrespecting KD and Kyrie like that. I can't.
I know. I'm not. I can't either. But it's one of those to where in a best of 7, the Celtics are surging, and you got to look at the Nets. The best case scenario for the Nets is if they split in Boston and they win games 3 and 4 in Brooklyn. That is their best chance to win a series. If they go up 3-1, Brooklyn has a good chance to win the series. But that's the only way how I could see Brooklyn winning the series. Because if it's split and Boston goes up 2-1, I think Boston has a good chance to win. But if Brooklyn either takes the first 2 games in Boston or split in Boston, win both games in Brooklyn, that's the only way I can see them winning the series. Other than that, I think Boston's going to beat them. But that series could go to 7 games. Because, like you mentioned, it's Kevin Durant, it's Kyrie Irving. They're going to find a way to get it done.
I think that series is going to be so much fun, though. Especially if Simmons comes back, because like I said, you want Simmons back for like 10 minutes a half. Get me like 5 assists, a layup if you really feel like it, because I know you're scared to shoot free throws still, and just guard Tatum for like 10 minutes, and then the other, we can figure out the rest.
Yeah, what I also wish as well, I wish the 76ers didn't disappoint and get a 4 seed. I wish Philly would have had the 2 seed just so we would have gotten that Philadelphia-Brooklyn matchup in the playoffs. That would have been all time right there. If we would have got a 2 seed Sixers versus a 7 seed Nets, like that would be must-see TV 24/7 every game they played. And not gonna lie, I think you might have made your way to one of those games, Connie, in the Barclays Center, just to see the beef happen.
I haven't been to a basketball game. That would be a great first one to go to. Would be a great one. Really would be. I don't know. I don't know. Do I really feel like spending money to go to a basketball game? I don't know. It's my 4th sport. No, 3rd, not 4th.
3rd. I was gonna say 4th sport for you was like college football.
No, I would take hockey over any college. I would take hockey over any college sport ever.
How we feel about those Rangers then? Are you gonna hit up a playoff game?
No, we're about to, definitely not. But we're about to win the Metropolitan or whatever the hell their division they're in or conference they're in, whatever it is. Don't really know. And then we're out to the cup, baby. Well, maybe if they win the cup, I'll go hit up the parade.
Oh, I wouldn't imagine you at a parade, dude. You get hammered. You look like Gronk out there.
As I should.
I'd see you. I would see you featured on Side Talk NYC if it's in the parade.
Side Talk NYC ain't ready for me. They're not ready. I'm telling you right now. They think they are. They got Cardi B on there. On their last episode, they still not ready for me. Even with Cardi B, not ready for me. I'm telling you.
No,
be fantastic. Now that would be, man, me on Side Talk NYC. That would be content. Why didn't I think about starting something stupid like that? Just go. New York City is literally a simulation. I could have just walked down to the city anytime I wanted to, started interviewing people. I would have been famous right now. The fumbling of the bag, just unbelievable, sickening. Some would say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the NBA. Honestly, there was a little more, but Matt, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think. Listen, it was a nice little hour and 5. We had some stuff go on in the middle with Josh. Obviously, I hope everything is okay in all seriousness stuff. But I think we'll just wrap it there.
You got any bold NFL predictions?
I need a draft first. I also think there's probably not yet. I need a draft. I think it's too early for bold predictions at the moment.
Too early for bold predictions. All right. Hey, whenever we do our Underdog Sports Network of a mock draft, I'm looking forward to you being the Commissioner Goodell right there. But except you'll be the better one. You won't get boos. You'll get standing ovations.
As I should. I think I'd be a wonderful commissioner of any sport. Just put me in charge.
I'd love to have you as a commissioner of baseball.
I'd save baseball immediately.
Exactly, and your first order of business would have to be any superstar player to play for the Yankees at least 1 year.
I'm taking the title away from the Astros right away. Listen, the old commissioner promised you immunity. I didn't. Just saying.
No,
just throwing that out there.
Knowing you, you'd probably go to Houston and rip off their.
I would rip it down myself. Go get a ladder, maybe a crane, make it even more iconic. Get a crane, rip it down,
and you'll strip Altuve's MVP and give it to Allred.
Oh, right to judge. Still deserved it, even with the cheating judge beat him in the MVP. Crazy. I can't believe
it's a crazy world we live in because both of our baseball teams got screwed over by the Astros.
It's just it's like, how is that not? Listen, this umpire got to go. How is that a strike? How is that not a strike? And the last pitch was a strike. That was 100% a ball. Gosh, I mean, I'm gonna have to be commissioner, umpire. Screw it. I might put on the pinstripes myself.
Yeah, you're gonna be baseball's Jackie Moon out there.
I'm gonna have to do it all.
Like Brady almost did in Miami.
That is true. Almost.
One thing I will say, we could close it off after that. If that would have actually happened in real life, with Brady taking part ownership of the team, playing for that same exact team, and then Sean Payton following suit in that same thing, you want to tell me that's literally semi-pro in real life with Jackie Moon and company? Like you can't tell me otherwise. The memes right there would be impeccable.
The guy's back.
What's good?
We're good.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Nothing much, doing good. Hey, Josh, that's an elite jersey that you got in your background.
He is an elite,
very elite choice.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about elite?
No, you know what? I call Joe Flacco the money bag thief because he had 1 year left, go on a Super Bowl run highlighted by the defense, and gets paid almost $100 million. If that ain't a fleece, if that ain't elite fleecing, I don't know what is.
If you're able to just do your job and get that bag and a ring,
and
elite.
And hey, the funniest thing is Lamar Jackson's in his last year of his contract. What happened last quarterback who was in his final year of contract? Joe Flacco went to a Super Bowl. Maybe the Ravens, they could get healthy. They got a good chance.
Well, you see, now I don't know what to do. I was going to end the show, Josh.
Oh, I will.
We can end it. We can end it. Let everybody know we're good.
I will throw out this. Josh, I kind of gave my predictions for top teams in the East and the West. Do you have any teams that you think are going to be like the teams to beat for the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, I think obviously out West, it's the Suns. I think most of the teams in the playoffs this year in the West are younger teams, like the Mavericks or the Grizzlies and teams like that. And the Suns, even though they only have one finals appearance, are kind of, the vets of the playoffs right now with how much it's changed in years. So they're definitely the threats. And I think the Bucks, it's just the Bucks, the Nets. I don't think the Heat and Sixers are, teams to beat, but I'd put the Bucks, the Nets, and the Celtics. Those would be my three teams out of the East.
Do you think Golden State has a chance?
Nah,
in the Western Conference, or do you think they're going to be bounced in round 2?
Nah, that's Suns all the way.
I think it's tough because what's the update on Steph? Is he?
He's going to play in the playoffs.
Okay, so he's going to be in the
play
playoffs.
from the playoffs.
I mean, listen, it's hard, it's tough when they have Clay, Steph, and Draymond all together. It's very tough to say they're going to lose. So I won't say that, but they're going to need the other guys to step up. Wiggins has to play like he has been. They're going to need Jordan Poole, big moments off the bench, most likely. So it's going to be about those other guys because Steph, Clay, and Draymond are going to show up. But yeah. I do want to ask my trivia question. I was on the docket. I do have a trivia question. So
let me hear it.
I'll start it off. I can give you a hint, but I want you guys to think about it first.
I'm going to get a first try.
The first 2 rookie quarterbacks to face off in the playoffs happened in the past decade. Who were they?
First 2 rookies
to face off in the playoffs. 2 quarterbacks.
Like.
Oh, I know who it is. I'll wait for Connie, but I think I know who it is.
Like they were rookies in the same year, obviously.
Yep, 2 rookies faced off in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know how I got this one. I think I know who it is, but I'm gonna wait for Connie to guess on it.
I can give you the conference. If giving you the year.
No, you can't. You can't give him the conference. I might give it away.
No. If you got it, I'm impressed, and I trust your confidence, man. I think you probably got it. I came across it just watching YouTube videos. So,
I don't think he was in the league yet.
I'll give you a hint. It's before 2016.
Oh, so that eliminates. Way off.
That eliminates like 5 to 6 years of playoffs.
I'm way off then. For 2 rookies facing off, you said the first time ever?
First time ever happened in the last decade.
I'm trying to think of rookies that would have been on actual teams. To make the playoffs, you're usually trash. I have no idea.
Matt, who do you think it is?
It's Robert Griffin III and Russell Wilson. 2012 Seahawks and Redskins at the time. Was that it?
That is incorrect.
Oh, what?
The year was 2014. Andy Dalton and A.J. Green were shocking the league, who went on to take J.J. Watt and T.J. Yates of the Houston Texans. T.J. Yates and Andy Dalton. First 2 rookie quarterbacks to ever.
Never in my life. Never in my life.
Andy Dalton got drafted in 2011.
Those first 2 rookies, it said. I was watching it. This is from the NFL Throwback on YouTube. Was watching the highlights from that game. Start of the game, it said first 2 rookies. No, Cam Newton and Blaine Gabbert were 11. Andy Dalton was not that early.
Hold on. When did they post that?
2014 AFC divisional round or wild card. Just look up youngest quarterbacks to ever do it if you try to prove me wrong.
I swear.
Took it from the NFL themselves.
I think it was RG3.
Listen, Matt,
and Russ.
I heard it from the NFL themselves.
Hold on. I think the NFL might.
Andy Dalton was drafted in 2011.
NFL said it. It said first 2 rookie quarterbacks.
20. Hold on.
How was he drafted in 2011? Cam Newton and Blaine Gabbert.
Matt, listen, NFL draft 2011 round 2. Pick 35.
Then I could have the playoff year wrong. I'm pretty sure it said 2014, but it could have been 2012. I don't know if I'm wrong. Blame the NFL because I got it from their video.
No, I
heard Al Michaels' voice say it. So,
what video was this?
It's on NFL Throwbacks YouTube page. There is
because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it here. The 2012 NFL playoffs, Redskins and Seahawks, 2012 draft. RG3 was drafted number 2, and then Russell Wilson was like in the 4th or 5th round.
Listen, I've said it 5 times. I heard it directly from the NFL. So if I'm wrong, the NFL is wrong.
You know what? You never know. YouTube can't be listed as an official source.
I'm gonna make sure I had it right. Could have read it wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
You know what, Josh? Josh,
and it could just be AFC. It could have been AFC.
You know what I think it is, Josh. You know what I think what might have happened, unless it was that game that was on, and they were talking about something else. You know what I mean?
No, the graphic came up with T.J. Yates and Andy Dalton. And
Now
it said
that
it.
is interesting.
All right, I'm about to find it right here.
Hell yeah. Let me hear this.
I got to get to it.
Yo,
Stupid
Domino's,
ads.
by the way. Domino's not
Domino's,
good. Not good.
What?
What?
They're Alfredo
Yo,
pizza?
the-
I don't
Alfredo
like,
pizza?
bro. I don't like fast food pizza. Like, I need an actual pizza place. I'm not a fast food pizza guy. Like Papa John's, Domino's, all that. I'm good.
Because of injury, and as a result, we have the first postseason game in NFL history with 2 rookie starting quarterbacks.
Am I crazy, or did he just say?
Oh no,
exactly?
he said it.
Oh, this was 2011. I had the year wrong.
Okay. Listen, Josh. You know what everybody does?
Suck it, Matt. It wasn't Russ and RG3.
It wasn't
Triple
Russ
H.
and RG3. Wait,
Josh,
then
you know what
who
everybody
was-
does? Make mistakes. Shout out Hannah Montana.
But
That's
hey,
what I'm
you
saying,
know
man.
what? At least I was only off by 1 year. You were off by 3.
Well, I had the factuals right there.
You did.
This
You
is
hey,
the
you know
truth.
what? You know what? You did, and I was
Listen,
wrong.
Matt. I was only 50. I was only like 25% wrong. You were 100% wrong.
You
So,
know what? This is an excellent point.
I'm just
It was.
saying.
Hey,
I had the
quarterback.
players. I had
No,
the players, the teams.
no,
I
and
just
not
didn't have
and
the year.
not
You didn't
and
have the
not gonna-
players,
not-
the teams, or the year. So
You
let's
know,
see.
not gonna lie, I was purely confident too. I thought for sure it was
As you
Russ
should
have been
and
when you were-
RG3.
I don't know why I thought 2014 was just the right year. I didn't
In
think
my
Andy Dalton
head-
was that old.
See, I was so off. I mean, so off because in my head I was really thinking Lamar and Herbert, and then I was like, that's not even possible. Literally not even possible.
No, but I'm on the same page as Matt because when I first saw that, I was like, nah, 20 like this late. I could have like Dan Marino face off against some rookie in the playoffs or something. Like
Yeah,
That's
facts.
crazy that it happened.
against Elway. The year they were
Yeah.
drafted.
right, like 2011. That's crazy recent for that to happen. TJ Yates, Andy Dalton.
Is
And
TJ
then,
Yates even alive?
what round was TJ Yates selected then?
He was 5th. Well, it actually says it. I'll go back to the video.
Haven't heard the name TJ Yates. And
No,
I mean-
I'll say TJ Yates. That's quite a throwback.
5th round.
There.
Andy
Fifth
Dalton second
round.
round, and then TJ Yates went 152nd, and he won that game.
Well,
Did
yeah, that's
he?
because JJ Watt was a pure monster.
Actually, yeah. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
The Bengals
JJ
had just won
did
their
have
first
a
playoff
good
game.
game. Yeah.
Well,
Aaron
listen,
Foster.
trivia's
Aaron Foster.
fun.
That
Trivia
I
is-
will say that was a good trivia. That
That was
I
top.
want to because I've just been watching those. Like I watched one yesterday with like it was Michael Vick versus the Redskins when they were the Redskins, and like he had like 6 touchdowns. That was that crazy throw to Deshaun, like 70 yards on a rope.
Wasn't that
Dude,
like the
and
20?
dude-
Didn't they come back like from like
Yeah.
some crazy deficit too?
Yeah,
No, that was a
those highlights
great
I
year.
recommend going and checking out.
the
NFL Throwback was-
the best one was when Vic was just standing in the pocket and you just see big old Hainsworth just on one knee just laying there.
Well, actually, the truly best video on that page is young Cam Newton, maybe rookie year, second year, taking out Tom Brady. I think that's
Never heard of it.
probably one. He's
Yeah,
actually undefeated against Tom Brady.
I remember because I think that was the same game in 2013 when Steve Smith told Akeem Talib to ice up, son.
Was
Ice
that-
up.
Yes.
Oh wait, is that the game that ended with Gronk being held in the end zone and there was no flag called?
Oh, that was
Wow,
a
I
regular
remember
season
that.
game.
I remember that too. I remember that too.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
Panthers cheating.
Hey, ice up.
Beating Panthers.
No, you know what?
Only
That's
way that
a
you
little-
can beat them.
Wow, crazy to refer as a Patriots.
No,
fan
that's
to the
the- that's-
Panthers.
When have we
Hey.
ever cheated? When have we
No,
cheated?
you.
Oh,
What I
Jesus.
what I will say,
Got the
Josh, when I
cameras
hear
out.
Steve Smith say "ice up, son, ice up," that's a legendary thing I've ever heard.
Legendary.
I'm just like, yo,
He has some when he went to the Ravens and played us. He was like, go mow my lawn while you're here. Like,
Hey,
he
yeah,
was
and then,
on the
and, then,
Ravens.
and, then, and then he said,
That's
"Take your
a
ass back to
statement.
Carolina."
Yeah, he was.
He
like,
needs to get his number retired in
Yeah.
Carolina. Same thing with Julius Peppers.
And Luke, Cam, all those guys will get it one day.
Imagine,
But
retiring
nothing-
the number of somebody who didn't even have back-to-back winning seasons.
No, nothing.
Imagine
Nothing-
not retiring a former MVP.
Nothing beats though. Not gonna lie. Hey, not. You know what? The Panther slander is not to be deserved on this episode.
Listen, it just happens, man. I can't even escape it on Twitter anymore. Like it just,
You're
You,
gonna
I feel
slander
like you
on
get. I
Twitter?
feel like you get
I'll
defended
tweet,
on
like-
Twitter a lot though.
I'll tweet like 20 times, like, and Connie won't interact with any of those 20 tweets at all. The word name Cam Newton comes up in a tweet. I don't even get to close out the app.
Bro, you don't
and
interact
Connie's
with my
like,
tweets either.
washed, sucks, was never good, no
You don't
back to
interact with my
backs,
tweets.
didn't
Don't
dive on
lie.
fumble. just out of nowhere.
You don't
comes out
interact with my
protecting.
tweets either.
Yeah, I do.
Nothing beats
Unless it's about Rebel or a Star Wars because
Well,
you
you
made
don't
me
even
watch
tweet.
it.
You don't even tweet as much as I do.
I really don't tweet that much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but when you do, I usually
I only tweet sports stuff because I'm trying to have a career, so I can't really tweet some of the things that I say.
Nah, man, you don't want to hire me because I tweeted a couple cuss words one time. I don't want to work there. I don't want to work there.
That's a valid point. It's a valid point. I'm just saying.
Josh deserves his flowers. He deserves.
Listen, man, we're on the come up. We got Sam Darnold. Who knows what happens this year?
I'll tell you absolutely.
Oh,
I'll tell you what happens.
You know what? I will ask you one question, Josh. What do you want the Panthers to do at 6?
Trade it back.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't get that, I can't remember his name. I always blank out.
Malik Willis?
No, not Malik Willis. Evan Neal.
Thibodeau?
Evan Neal or the left tackle from might be Louisville. Don't know where he's from. If we can't get out of those guys, trade back.
So Josh, are you picking the Panthers in our unwrapped mock draft?
I am
Okay.
the Panthers. So
Okay.
I mean, honestly, this draft is so confusing. We're probably going to wind up with Sauce Gardner, have a top 3 cornerback room in the NFL, and
I was going to say, don't you also have like CJ Henderson? Like
we got
you have like
Horn.
a loaded. You got like a loaded.
Well, that's
slate
the crazy
of corners.
thing. That's crazy.
You've gotten like 3 corners in the last 2 years. Fleeced the Jaguars, drafted JC.
I wouldn't call it a fleece. I think we could have gotten fleeced there. Gave up Dan Arnold and a third for our 3rd cornerback on the depth chart. And if we draft Sauce Gardner, he's 4th on the depth chart. So.
Listen, all these wide receivers in the league these days. Can you really have too many corners, Josh? Can you?
I mean, if we can't rush the passer at all, if we can't cover the middle of the field with linebackers, and having those beasts on the outside doesn't really help them.
Now, is that a valid point you just made? Possibly, but whatever.
I would be very happy with
one thing I need to see though. I better see my Green Bay Packers take a receiver because I swear to God, if we don't take a receiver in round 1,
what if Matt Corral? What if Matt Corral is a Green Bay Packer?
The only thing I want is for the Packers to not take a wide receiver.
If we don't take a receiver in round 1, I truly don't know what we're going to do because our division is trash. We're going to win the division. It's just trash. And then we're probably going to get obliterated in like the wild card of the division round. If we don't.
So just another typical Packer year. Crazy.
What if the Packers are just like, we really want to see what Aaron can do with this, so we'll just give him Lazard this year, and if he gets to the playoffs, we'll trade Lazard.
He's so good, right? He's so good. He should be able to pull a Tom Brady and make people out of nothing.
Yeah,
he's so good. He's better than Tom, right? All you Aaron Rodgers lovers out there.
Lazard and Tunyon are so much better than Gronk.
All you tongue-kissing Aaron Rodgers fans.
My reality kicked in after Brady beat us in the playoffs. So that's when I'm kind of like, you know what, maybe
actually this is a great question. This is a great question.
It's like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Rogan, and all the fans. It's just
this question could either be really good or very deflating because this was
deflating
for who's better. This was the question for today, since their futures were so uncertain the past year, 2 years. Who, if you had to pick one of these guys today for the rest of their careers, who do you want? Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Give me Thomas,
rest of their
Edward,
careers.
Patrick, Brady, Jr. The rest of their career. First of all, the rest of his career might literally be one more year. And guess what? I'm still good because I
could be Aaron Rodgers last year too. We don't.
It can't be his last year. We got a $60 million dead cap next year. It can't be his last year. We got to get at least 3 years out of him.
I'm not coming back. He's just like, I'm not coming back.
Aaron,
I'm not. I refuse.
No,
Aaron, please.
In all honesty,
please don't go.
This is what Connie's like when he's on the last drop of milk.
In all honesty,
please don't.
In all honesty, it
gallon in the fridge.
It pains me to say this, but throughout the remainder of the career, I might have to go with Brady. I mean, you can't. In the last 2 years that I've seen from Rodgers in the playoffs, it's been putridly awful. I've never seen a man choke in the playoffs so hard. I mean, we're talking porn star level choking on the last 2 years. I mean, it was bad. Like the thing that irks me the most on that championship game against Tampa, it was a winnable game. We picked off the GOAT 3 times, and you only get 6 points. Like, how?
Sometimes when you settle for 3, you just play it safe. You play it safe. Sometimes you lose.
Maybe if Rodgers would have ran it in instead of throwing the ball away. But
well,
that's what happens when you suck.
I still question why LaFleur ever kicked a field goal on 4th and goal.
I question why Aaron Rodgers does a lot.
Hey, you guys remember when Tom dropped that pass in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, he did.
I remember when Cam didn't jump on a fumble.
You remember when Nick Foles one-upped Tom Brady? Like that happened.
The craziest thing that I remember
is the Pats won the Super Bowl the next year.
No. The craziest thing I remember is
David Tyree's catch.
Broken down is a broken down no neck plantar fasciitis Peyton Manning.
Imagine losing to
the great Cam Newton in his MVP season.
Imagine
the one good year that he ever had.
15-1
on the
Pats.
15-1.
Imagine
you
losing
almost
to that.
24-0 lead, 31-0 lead to Seattle.
Imagine losing to that guy's little brother twice in the Super Bowl. Imagine.
Hey,
that guy's little brother.
That
guy's little brother is still better.
Now, I thought you were on my side. He was just shitting on Rodgers, and I backed you up, and now you're on Team Tom.
No.
What the hell is this?
You cannot call Eli Manning the little brother of Peyton Manning. No, he shit on the Packers twice. He shit on Brett Favre, sent him to the retirement home the first time in Green Bay, and then he sent Rodgers home after going 15-1.
He's literally the little brother.
Yo, you know what else I remember too? Actually, I don't really remember, but I've watched plenty of YouTube highlights of it. A nice Super Bowl championship over the Carolina Panthers. That was a great
Jake Delhomme. Beat Jake
What a
Delhomme.
Super Bowl. What a Super
Bowl. Beating Jake Delhomme.
They were in the Super Bowl. They were in the Super Bowl.
What's your shame is that kicker shanked it out of bounds and gave Brady like 20 yards of field to work with.
Brady getting good luck. Never heard of it. Could never. Why do I even get in this argument? I'm arguing for a team that has been existing since '95, and you have the greatest franchise in football history. Like, come on, why do I even pick this shit?
I don't know. Hey, I don't know why either. I was just trying to answer the question on why I think Brady is better than Rodgers, and then
Connie, you get me going, bro. Like I just say stupid shit that don't even win the argument.
That's what we're here for.
And I'll keep doing it. I'm not going back down.
Guys, I think we should have one argument per show.
Yeah, cool. But can we quit doing fucking Tom Brady and Cam Newton? Can we quit doing that?
I'll argue about anything. You don't know. You clearly don't know me yet, Josh. I'll argue about the color of the goddamn sky.
And there are so many different topics we could argue about, but anytime I bring up Cam Newton, you're like, this is it. I will go 1-0 on arguments today because Josh brought up Cam Newton.
No.
It's like taking candy from a baby.
You and your percentages. You and completion percentages.
You want to know what I need to see, Connie? Connie, you want to know what I didn't need to see? You know on Colorcast how they have the Light 'em Up show? You and Josh need to go on there to debate the career of Cam Newton. That is going to be...
Josh can't be on Colorcast.
Oh, my God.
I can't.
You can't. Damn.
And I'm never going to do that. I'm done with that. No, because I never win that even when I win that. I win it and I never win.
It's an unwinnable debate.
I've won it multiple times.
I've never seen you win it once. That's why
I've won it multiple times.
Not even one time.
But you guys just always like washed arm, no back-to-back seasons. And then I list like 20 other accolades and great things you're doing. You're like, washed, no arm, no win back-to-back seasons.
The man can't even be a starter in the NFL anymore. Crazy. Tom Brady's fucking 66. Tom Brady's 66, still starting for a Super Bowl.
Literally started games last year, but
he kind of did. He did.
Or did he not? Did he start a game or not? Like
no,
he did. He did.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
There's no games being played. Who else has started a game this year? He's not even signed to a team. Aaron Rodgers started a game this year. Tom Brady started a game this year. He's not even signed to a team. Yo, Josh, what team is he on this year?
Neither is Tyrann Mathieu. That guy washed too.
What team is he on?
We got free agents everywhere. You kidding me?
Yeah, but we know Tyrann Mathieu's actually good. We know Matthew's actually good.
You know Cam's actually good too. He's got an MVP on his shelf.
Tyrann Mathieu doesn't have an MVP.
No, that was one of the most. That's one of the most. You cannot deny his highlight film
Oh,
his
no,
MVP season.
his
you know what I
highlight
will
reel,
deny?
man,
That he should have won that he should have won that MVP over Brady.
No, his Cam Newton's highlights in his MVP season is some of the best like mobile quarterback highlights
Cam's
I've
one of
ever
the funnest
seen.
players of all time.
He
Can I argue he's the GOAT?
literally
No.
did a flip from like the 4-yard
Connie,
line.
why are you such a hater, bro? Does it ever get tiring? Like,
oh no, you know what? Connie relishes in it.
he
relishes
does. He
in
really does.
hatred.
He really does.
I
He
sleep
lives
so
for
well
it.
at night, you don't even understand.
You live for it.
No,
It's 'cause
you know
you
what?
live for
Hey,
it, too,
Josh,
and I
Josh, you
hate
know what?
it.
You
You
know
live
what Connie
for it.
does? You know what Connie does? He probably goes to little kid Panther fans on a daily basis, makes them cry, and then goes to
Yeah,
sleep.
he
on
sees
it.
a little kid with the Cam Newton jersey. He's like, "Fuck
No,
it, loser."
he'll
Kicks him over.
he'll push him to the ground and said, "Washed arm, kid, iced up," as he walk away.
You know, listen, it's not my fault. Cam made the argument for me his entire. How did you do with that? How did you do with the Pats? Missed the playoffs for the first time since Korea.
He looked good in those
I'm
first
just
3
saying.
games. He looked good in those first
Missed
3
the
games.
playoffs for the first time since Korea. We got a rookie quarterback in there, and we go right back to the playoffs.
Well, it also
Are you
helps
done
that
yet?
it also helps when you have
Josh,
JC
I've been trying to end the
Jackson.
show for a half hour now.
Sorry, I came back to our show and extended time a
No.
little
What
bit.
I will say though before Connie went off topic and just decided to flame the Panthers
Connie, Jesus, you wanna
for
end the
no
show?
other
Whose show this
reason.
is? Matt, you know whose show this is? Whose show is this?
It is
Whose
yours.
name comes first?
Okay.
Whose name comes first on the graphic, Connie? You tell me that, and then tell me whose show
Okay.
it is. Look at the graphic.
Who's on the
I can
left
see that's a
side?
J.
Who's
That's
on the
not
left
an A,
side?
is that? Unless
Who's on the
I'm
left
blind.
side? Who's on the
I'm
left
blind. You got the glasses. Go tell me what letter
Who's
that
on the
is.
left side? Who's on the left
Because
side?
because you're
Who starts the
OCD,
show?
bro.
Who starts the show every week?
Me, literally, because I write the script for it.
Oh yeah.
I
Who
started the show.
introduces the show every week?
Who
I
do you make sure
don't
is on
I don't know, man. That scriptwriter's pretty important.
Who makes the StreamYard every week?
Actors
Mister, I
are
can't
cool.
make a
Actors
title.
are cool though, but somebody got to write the script. Actors are cool.
Yeah,
and
guess what?
everything,
If
but
the
somebody
show
gotta
if
write
the show has a
script.
bad actor, the script ain't shit anyway.
All I'm saying, the script has carried the show many a times.
I think you know what's carrying right now.
Why is this happening? Why is this I come back and I'm like, all right, cool, we can finish the show. And I guess it's just exactly
Josh-
what I should
Josh
have
is
expected.
getting
Like,
at me. I don't even know how this started.
shit on Josh, shit on Cam
Josh
Newton
is
now.
getting
Love
unnecessary
this.
heat
Josh,
for
it's
no
never
reason.
shitting on you,
Love
Josh.
this.
I ask you how you're doing every day to start the show because
That's just so you can get it out the way, so you can use that in situations like this. So that then when you're acting a fool,
I can't
you can be
even
like,
nice
oh
guy.
yeah, but I asked him
Now
how his
can't
day
be-
was.
Now I can't even be a nice guy.
No, it's like that's kind of like saying no offense before you say something super offensive.
But Josh, I
Just
can't.
but
be a
I
nice
said
guy
no,
now?
but I said no offense. But I asked you how you're doing.
I'm trying to be nice guy, Connie. All right, fine. I'll stop asking. how
No,
you're doing,
you were
because
the
I guess
one.
it doesn't
you
mean
were,
anything anymore.
You were whose show is this? You were that guy. I'm not. I didn't do.
No, I
anything.
was talking to Matt when I said who shows because he said I went off topic. It's our goddamn show. I can remove Matt of it right now if I wanted to. That's what I was saying.
He could. He
okay.
definitely could. What I
Josh, why
will
you gotta
say.
take it out of context?
No, no. I just got ahead of it. I got ahead of it. I didn't take it out of context.
Now,
Because you would not have
What?
said this is our show. You would not have said that because
Josh,
you've
are
done
me
it
and you,
before.
are me and you the people that are on the show every week?
Connie, but no.
You guys so hard.
I give up. I give up.
That
I
is
give
not
up.
the question.
You two,
Connie, if you were going to
make
finish
my
that
Mondays.
sentence, if you were going to finish that sentence, you know damn well the words that would have came out of your mouth. Matt, you know whose show this is? This is my show. That's exactly what he would have said, and I'd have been like, "Our
Excuse
show."
me, Josh
I'd be like,
would
hey.
be like, "Hello, there's
Josh,
over
right,
here,
all right, no,
black
but I
jersey.
got a question for when you're talking to the show about something. Do you say my podcast or do you say me and Connie?
No, I
You
say,
say
I
mine.
have a show. I have a show I do with my friend Connie. That's what I say.
I'm
I say
such
I say we got a
bullshit.
show. No, I'm the
I'm
nicest
calling
guy you'll
bullshit.
ever meet. I'm the nicest, most make sure.
Oh,
everybody
okay,
gets the
Sammy,
flowers
sweetheart.
guy. That's me. That's me.
Sammy, sweetheart. I'm the
No,
nicest
I'm
bitch
not. That's
you ever
not me.
meet.
I'm not. No, I would not. No, she's crazy, bro. She's crazy.
Yo,
Ronnie deserved better, man.
Nah, you can't say Ronnie deserved better.
Early days, Ronnie. Early days, Ronnie.
Bro, that man
Not
he got
current, Ronnie.
issues.
You got
Yo, you seen
demons,
his
bro.
current girl too? Different.
They know what they're
Listen,
getting
I'm
into,
ending the show because we're going off the rails.
Really, right when we get to
what
good
I
topics. We had Jersey Shore
what I
talk.
will say to answer Josh's question, I would choose Brady over Rodgers just because of how badly Rodgers shit the bed the last 2 years. I mean, it's bad. Like it's terrible. You cannot be an MVP and your coach say we've been preparing for this team for 2 weeks and drop 10 points. It's inexcusable.
You can if you're Aaron Rodgers.
Inexcusable. He was ass. He only targeted Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. That was it. He had Alan Lazard, Lizard, wide open on a third down. What did he do? Fuck it. Adams down there somewhere. Let's throw to double coverage. Fourth down. I knew the writing was on the wall. And then, of course, our
Josh,
defense.
you know what? Matt, hold on. Josh, I'm just thinking about that.
What do you got for me
argument.
now, huh? What do you got for me now? Short
Can
people
you
suck
calm
again?
down?
Are we going
No.
to short people suck again?
In fact, I was going to team up right now because
I don't want to team up with you.
I think one
Hell
thing
no.
we both need to know: why the fuck are you wearing a Canada hat right now, man?
No, me? No, I told you, Connie. I told you I was wearing. I told you I was wearing the Canada hat because Toronto could pull the upset.
Not even see that.
I told you earlier. I threw on the. I saw it was a hat in the corner. I'm just like, you know what? I haven't worn Canada, eh? Hey, I'm for the pals. That was unnecessary. I told you it was for the Raptors.
I didn't notice that at all. I thought he said, "Why are you wearing that Canadian hat?" I didn't know it would be just a leaf, bro. Straight up Canada.
That was such an unnecessary shot for the top from all I hear is Tio was like, yo, Matt. I was like, what? Why are you wearing a Canada hat?
I mean, bro.
No. Next thing you know, I hear Connie flash. This is fucking America here. It's the American flag.
Nah, not even. But that was just so random. I just looked at it again and it just.
Wait. So what did you think this was at first? Like when because I came in. I came into the stream with this hat.
I just didn't really, But then after me and Josh went at it, I figured,
You got it.
You just have to throw me in too. Throw me into the fire because why not?
Empty the clip. Empty the clip, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna start doing stand up. Let me tell you something.
You should. You be the
what,
best.
What,
of, like,
if he did do stand up and I was sitting in the crowd, he was probably looking at me like, "Hey, yo, who the fuck is this?"
I wish somebody.
I would never go to a concert.
I wish somebody would try and Will Smith me too, because you're not walking off that stage.
I'll smack the shit out you off the stage, Connie.
Josh,
I'll smack the shit.
Josh,
out you, bro. I will do the moonwalk 360.
You don't want any of that, bro.
Man,
you wouldn't even walk off the stage. You'd be crawling off.
No,
I'd sign up for that.
You wouldn't even get a chance to finish the joke. We just make eye contact during the show. I'd be like, all right.
And then you would cry. You would start crying and run out of the theater.
I'd be.
I would so sign up for that. I would sign up for Connie to be the stand-up comedian and Josh to walk up and slap him in the face. I would sign up to see that just to see what would happen.
As the great Wayne said one time, I wish somebody would like a tree in this bitch. I'm just saying.
Only if it's a bad joke though. Like if you get me, I'll be like, all right, that's a good. But if you say some stupid shit like
what is your I'll let you finish. I was gonna say what classifies your level of a bad joke?
No.
Well, you could. For me, I don't think I really give examples. You just know.
Like, you can't
give trying
too hard.
It's the most obvious thing. But if he got something good, I'll be like, all right. I'll probably smack him after.
You'll give him a pat on the back.
You better quit wishing,
at the front
Connie.
of the stage,
and
then at the end of the stage.
In fact, I'm gonna say a prayer before I go to sleep tonight. Wishing that you would, Josh.
Please do.
That's how much I would. I'll fly you out to the.
I'll see you at the condo, bro. I'll see you at the condo.
Yo, how far away are you? How far away are you from Myrtle Beach?
Ooh, Myrtle Beach. I don't know, probably. I don't know. I've never flown before, so I only know the driving.
I was gonna say, aren't you in Illinois?
Yeah, driving wise, it's 16, 18 hours.
Oof, yeah, see.
Love making that trip though. Illinois to Florida is a nice. Our family used to do it every summer, bro. The best. There's worst.
No way you actually enjoy it though.
No, during the time, no, but like the memories. Afterwards, you're like, man,
that's a valid point.
Like that sucked, but that was fun. Like, glad
I vividly remember one time almost bursting into tears because I fell asleep on the way to Myrtle, and I'm tall, So being in a car for a while is fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember waking up.
Relatable.
And I remember Josh, you're
Also
like
tall.
5'2".
Also
You're like
tall
5'2".
over here.
5'2".
Also tall.
5'6", maybe.
Average male height, slightly above. So.
Josh did not deserve that.
I'm above
5'2"
average.
shot.
Josh, how average are you? You know.
And look up the average height. Look up the average height. I'm above that.
No,
but
that would be
and
above,
I remember,
above average. I would call tall.
no, Josh is at least
asleep,
a solid 5'10".
I remember falling
give him a
asleep,
solid 5'10".
and I woke up, and I was
under.
like, "Yo, please tell me we're almost there." And I had only fallen asleep for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, bro,
I was
worst.
so disappointed. I mean,
Yeah,
the disappointment was just unbelievable.
Used to be 6 of us packed in a van, man. 16 hours. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm good. We used to have the little DVD players though. That shit was lit.
We didn't even get that, bro. I had my PSP.
The amount of times I watched Benchwarmers is just
yeah,
unbelievable. Great movie though, top tier if you're asking me. All right, listen.
You guys at it? Did you empty the clip? We got the short joke.
It's been a shit.
We got
show.
the Cam shit. We got the whose show is it?
I technically got one more in the chamber.
We'll just unload it so we can have a non-toxic.
Connie got me to admit that
Josh,
Brady was better than Rodgers, and I got flamed for
we're
wearing
not
a
even
Canada
toxic
hat.
on a weekly basis. I think Matt brought this out.
I agree, but I just don't like how you react to it. That's just my problem.
No.
I
He got me. He did get me to admit that Brady was better than Aaron Rodgers. Josh did as well, but I got unnecessary flames for my Canada hat. I thought it was a pretty cool hat to wear, but that was just an unnecessary shot. That was out of the blue. It's like, hey,
Matt,
yo,
I need you to get a
wearing
hat that represents every country on this planet. Just like
okay, Josh, but you're gonna sit here and tell me that a Canada hat isn't just mad random.
Just so out of nowhere.
It's kind of cool though, is it not though?
Like, hey, it's a good conversation piece, you know. If you're in public, like, why are you wearing that? You talk to him about it. It is.
Listen, you can follow Josh at JoeLynn _4, Matt _Skur, Gen Z Sports for the pod. You just type in USN on Colorcast, you'll find all of us. We'll see you next week, bro, because this is listen, we'll see you next week, all right?
Good.